Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here. If you're the kind of person who just really appreciates structure, precision, and finding the absolute most efficient path from point A to point B, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're focusing our lens on a truly fascinating trait that honestly forms the backbone of highly functioning teams and individuals. We're going to break it down step by step, discovering the architecture of how it all works together. So, drawing from the SwitchOn Strengths framework, our specific goal today is to decode the discipline strengths theme. And we're going to look at this objectively, clearly, and practically. See, people with this theme, they don't just prefer order, they actively create it. They literally thrive on routine, predictability, and perfectly laid plans. So let's unpack exactly what that means for us. Because the discipline theme craves a highly predictable environment, it only makes sense we give you a highly organized agenda. Number 1, defining the discipline theme. Number 2, contributions and core needs. Number 3, the balcony and the basement. Number 4, navigating the blind spots. And finally, number 5, how discipline contrasts. All right, let's jump right into section 1, defining the discipline theme, the architecture of order. Okay, so having your ducks in a row, right? It's a super common phrase, but for someone with the discipline theme, it's actually a fundamental way of life. It perfectly captures their deep inherent craving for preparation. People with this trait feel most comfortable when systems are completely clear, when plans are firmly established, and when absolutely everything is arranged properly. They don't just want order, they literally need it to function at their best. When we look at the core descriptive words for this theme, a really clear picture starts to emerge. We're talking organized, structured, efficient, orderly, and detail-oriented. People strong in discipline, they naturally step right into the role of the team organizer. So while other people might feel totally bogged down by details, these folks actually find energy in them. They're the foundational pillars who effortlessly establish the processes and manage the timelines that keep the rest of us on track. This love for structure, it extends directly into how they talk to others, too. Their communication style is highly intentional. Their preference is clarity, preparation, and consistency. Actually, a person with high discipline will often plan out exactly how they're going to communicate before they even step into a conversation. They just want to make absolutely sure their message is as organized as their physical environment. Moving on to section 2, contributions and core needs, the give and take. What's really fascinating here is the direct relationship between what they bring to the table and what they require to do so. Looking at the what I bring side, we see incredibly valuable contributions: strong organization, efficient use of resources, unwavering attention to detail, clear systems, and highly dependable execution. But look over at what I need. To provide those amazing contributions, they need an environment that actually supports them. They need organized environments, clear expectations, time to plan ahead, stability, and thoughtful adjustment opportunities. If priorities absolutely have to change, they need to adjust their plans thoughtfully, not just fly by the seat of their pants. Their ability to bring precision relies entirely on that stable environment. Which brings us to section 3, the balcony and the basement, the hero and the shadow. We are about to look at the extremes of the discipline theme. It is absolutely crucial to understand that a strength isn't just something you're good at, it's a lens through which you view the world. And when that lens gets pushed to its absolute limit, the results can dramatically shift from incredibly helpful to, well, unintentionally restrictive. Let's break this comparison down. Up on the balcony, which is when this theme is beautifully managed, these individuals are total heroes of productivity. They take wildly complex, chaotic situations and seamlessly create order. They break massive complexities into manageable, bite-sized steps, bringing wonderful stability to their teams. But if we wander down into the basement, when this trait is unmanaged, things get a bit difficult. When plans change unexpectedly or the environment turns chaotic, that exact same desire for order can make them overly controlling. They can become rigid, inflexible, and trapped by perfectionism. The very trait that usually saves the day can suddenly leave them feeling completely overwhelmed. Now for section 4, navigating the blind spots, a diagnostic approach. Because people with discipline naturally value order and predictability so much, they have a very specific way of functioning. But here's the catch. Others who don't share this theme might completely misinterpret this behavior. What a disciplined person sees as simply maintaining vital structure, a teammate might perceive as being stubborn or inflexible. And without even realizing it, this preference for structure can unintentionally put a ceiling on a team's creativity. So let's use this as a quick diagnostic checklist. If you have this theme, ask yourself if you ever fall into these common blind spots. Are you resisting unexpected change just because it wasn't in the original plan? Are you becoming overly rigid, expecting everyone else around you to follow your strict systems, even if their brains just don't work that way? Do you dismiss unconventional, messy ideas a little too quickly? Or are you overvaluing the structure itself over the flexibility needed to actually get the job done? Being aware of these blind spots is an absolute game changer. It's the key to ensuring your strength is helping you, not holding you back.
And finally, Section 5, How Discipline Contrasts, Defining by Differences. Let's compare motivations for a second. Imagine two people who always perfectly meet their deadlines. From the outside, they look identical, but internally, completely different. The person with the discipline theme says, I meet deadlines because it makes me feel good. It's an entirely inward motivation for orderly execution. The person with the responsibility theme, on the other hand, says, I meet deadlines because it makes others respect me. That's an outward motivation based on social standing. Same behavior, entirely different engine driving it.
Let's look at one more contrast to really cement our understanding of their perspective. Think about this metaphorical anchoring. Discipline focuses so deeply on the structure, the details, and the organized execution that they often can't see the forest for the trees. They're hyper-focused on the immediate components right in front of them. Compare that to the connectedness theme, which is so focused on broad abstraction and how everything links together that they can't see the trees for the forest. Discipline is never about broad, spontaneous abstraction. It is all about precise, detailed execution. So, what does this all mean? Discipline is an incredibly powerful tool for navigating an often chaotic world. But just like any tool, it has to be used with intention. As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this final thought to reflect on. Are your structures creating freedom and stability for you and your team, or have they become so rigid that they are limiting your adaptability? Mastering that balance, right there, is the true secret to thriving with the discipline theme. Thank you so much for joining me to explore this fascinating topic. Keep learning, keep growing, and I'll catch you next time.